So we are gonna do my everyday carry survival challenge. We didn't bring no sleeping bag, no tent, no nothing. So, should be a humdinger of time.
Get out there. Sleeping on bark, starting fires with a spark, baby. Yeehaw!
Well, howdy doody guys, how's everybody doing? Thanks for tuning in. Another episode. Wow, what the was that? Today we're doing a little something different. It's been a while since we did a little survival challenge thing. So we are gonna do my everyday carry survival challenge. But I brought a little bit of food and water because this location does not have any source of water. It hasn't been snowing. And yeah, anywho, we are in some thick 1979 bush right here. Back in the chastity belt days of glory. Anyway, come along for the goofy shenanigans. We didn't bring no sleeping bag, no tent, no nothing. So, should be a humdinger of time. Let's make our way through this mess. See what we can make happen. And keep in mind, this is just a 30-acre patch of trees that is public land, basically in the middle of the city. We don't have much, most of you know. So, we're just kind of mocking up a situation here. Oh, come on, get off. What are we stuck on? Say maybe the car broke down in the middle of nowhere and got to cut through the trees. Night's coming in fast, which it is. We got about 2.5 hours of sunlight left, or daylight. Yeah, we got your typical like gear on, jacket, pants, only one sock. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, anyway, we need, I mean, look how dense this is. Firewood should be in abundance. And once we get to a little bit of a clearing, more walking area, I'll show you exactly what all we got. We got camera gear, drone, and my EDC. If you don't know what that stands for, everyday carry. I'm gonna try to go this way. Looks a little bit clearer. Oh. Got down trees everywhere. We're looking for somewhat of a natural structure to start us off with. So that way, it makes life a little easier. Check that out, wild chocolate chip. All right, we made it to a bit of a clearing here. So, let's go over what I got for gear real fast. I obviously have camera gear and batteries and all that good stuff. A couple GoPros, 2 GoPros. I do have a light for this camera for filming at night. A couple battery banks, all that good stuff. Nothing too crazy. I have a little thermometer in the bag. We have my drone. I'll try to show you guys a little survey of the land. It's nothing too crazy. And I have a little pot, well, a pan rather, and some food that I'll show you later as well, because I figured we're coming out here and there's no food, there's no water. I don't want to harvest any animals or anything just for a simple overnight. I don't have to kill nothing for no reason, just for a YouTube video. This is all for fun and games and to test ourselves. And that sort of thing. Also, here we are, the Leatherman Signal, and I also carry a little flashlight. This is the Through Night TH30, if anybody's interested. Yeah, whatever. And anyway, I got my keys. I have a ferro rod on my set of keys. I don't know what brand this thing is actually. Not sure if it matters. It's called Light My Fire. But yeah, we'll go over this multi-tool a little bit later once we find somewhere to hunker down. So, all right, that's my crap. I do have actually everything you would really carry on you in winter. I have some gloves, piece of paper receipt, and like a little ski mask type thing. Nothing crazy. I do have a couple tissues in my pocket, but yeah. Anyway, we're gonna pack this back up and try to find a spot. All right, now keep in mind, I have been here before. I think maybe about 6 times is about all I've been in these patch of trees. A couple camp outs and a couple spots spotting this out. I know there's a big down tree down yonder, but otherwise, I mean, the forest is always constantly changing with things falling down and all that good stuff. So yeah, I think it's down yonder. We're gonna try to make our way to this big tree and see if anything's suitable. We'll see. Okay, well, here's this tree, but the thing is, looks like something's dug something out under it. Something may be living in it. Wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's a good little spot. But this tree has a lot of good cottonwood bark. It'd be perfect for freaking shelter. I think we might be able to do something up next to it. That whole thing would block the north winds coming this way. But we definitely can't be laying on the ground. Not much of a spot right here, but that is a lot of tree bark. We could even lay that down on the ground, make a freaking bed with that. And a pinch. A lot of resources on this tree right here. I think we're gonna scout around. I mean, if worst comes to worst, this will be where we're chilling. I wanted to be able to have, there's not much room out here to do a big old fire. We're gonna need fire tonight. Yeah, anyway. Bit of a pickle. And there's not a lot, as I say that, there's a little, I think, juniper or something there. There's not a lot of these trees. I mean, they are not abundant in this area. So we're gonna have to do some sort of raised like stick bed, or that's why that would be perfect, that cottonwood bark, because it's a big slabs and it'll keep us off the ground. Anyway, let's go fart around, and if worse comes to worse, this is where we're chilling. All right, actually, I'm gonna stash my gear next to this tree. Like I said, it's only a 30-acre patch of trees, so shouldn't have to travel too far. But anyway, let's go scout around. As you can see, we did get a little light dusting of snow a few days ago, but it even smells funny. I don't know. Did you guys get any strange fog or strange smelling stuff? All right, no conspiracy theories. Let's go fart around. A bunch of these little plastic things. If we were to cut this down the middle and roll it open flat, we could have some sort of a little roof type thing. I'm not seeing anything that like keeps it simple. With the shortest amount of time we got till we run out of sunlight, and natural shelter pieces over there. It's real convenient. We already got our back wall because the tree's there. Cottonwood bark, big old chunks of cottonwood bark to stack up and keep us off the ground. Then we'll just have to work on fire. That spot's seeming really prime pickings. I don't even know why I'm farting around trying to look for another spot, because that is probably going to be the best one. But you never know till you go. So, yeah. I don't know if you see him flying. Big old owl. Wonder who that was. What do we have here? Baby deer. Interesting. Like I said, I've been here a couple times before. I think, yeah, this is it. This is the spot where me and my dog camped out with the old school gear. And I know not too much farther that way. We're at the end of the like patch of trees. It goes into a field, and then some sort of the trees over this way. Half of it's private and half of it's public, and then you'll run into like a semi repair shop at some point. So yeah, I think our best bet is just to go back where we originally thought was going to be good. There's something down over here, because that is the perfect tree. And this is huntable land, so sometimes you'll see tree markers and stuff. There's a blue one and an orange one over there. Also tree stands. But while we are out here, all this stuff is dry. I'm gonna grab some of this dry stuff while out scouting around, put it in my pocket for later, as long as I don't grab this thorn tree right here, like I just almost did. Yeah, edge of the field out there, edge of the field over there. Alright, let's go back. I'm not seeing anything more prominent than what we originally had, but hey, we got some resources, so that's a plus. Let's go back to the shelter. I'll throw that drone up, give you guys a little bit of sky view, and then we'll get to cracking. Some more bones. What the heck is that? It's an old radio. What's this say? Juliet. Interesting. If you notice too, there's a lot of broken branches everywhere that are down. We're back at this little tree. Well, it's actually a big old tree, and there's nothing really above us to fall on us, so I feel comfortable with this decision. So we're gonna post up here. I'm gonna shed the coat for now before we start working, because it's gonna get cold, below freezing. The last thing we want to do is have sweat freeze to us, so that's gonna be chilly. Okay, let's go over this Leatherman signal real quick. It has a saw, has a blade with a serrated area as well, has pliers with wire cutters in there, can opener, and all. It has a flathead and a screwdriver attachment, I guess you can get different ones online. Whatever has a little clippy dippy. Let's shut these before we rippy dippy. We also have a ferro rod, aka whistle, and a knife sharpener comes on this. This is the Leatherman Signal. No, they did not send this. This is a gift from Gal Pal a while back, and this is our EDC. And yeah, as you can tell, there is not a single scratch mark on this. I have not used it as of yet. So, I mean, this thing is really tiny. It might be a pain in the butt to try to scrape here, but I'm gonna see if I can at least get it to spark. You usually got to scrape the paint off of this in order to get it. I mean, that is a very tiny spark, and the back of this saw does not the sharpest spine. But worst comes to worst, we'll use the ferro rod that I always keep on my keychain, and I have not used this one yet either. Anyway, enough of this. We're about an hour of daylight. Got out here a little bit late, so we need to get cracking. My main goal is to get some of this stuff on the floor so we can lay over here if need be. Possible chance of freaking snow. I mean, only for like an hour, so they're saying. Now, surprise, surprise. But anyway, let's get at it. Try to clear a little bit of these tiny things out of the way. I really don't use this often too much, besides just my knife. I use that almost daily. It'd be nice if I can get under there and get this big old chunk off. But I think it's stuck. That'd be a good old nice piece too. That's a good old chunk. I want to be far off that frozen ground as best I can. Definitely not going to be the most comfortable, but I tell you what, this area is very dense, so we don't want to be. I have a hand flashlight, but not a headlamp. Milling around here during the middle of the night, so anything at eye height, we kind of definitely want to break the tips off a little bit so we don't poke an eye out. I want to keep it a small, confined space, because if I have to lay in the fetal position, that's fine. I'm going to try to cover us the top a little bit and maybe the sides to keep the wind off us. Fire right out here. It ain't gonna be the greatest night of sleep, but in a pinch, this is gonna be perfect. Less calories to burn if this was a long-term situation. And as the days progress, you're always working on your situation, trying to better yourself. So, I mean, if this was an emergency, hey, bingo bango, this is gonna be just fine. There's a couple more big old pieces of cottonwood bark. I'm gonna try to, hopefully I can save it and keep it in one big piece to put across here, but yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll make it work. Even if we gotta suffer, it's okay to embrace the suck. You gotta get out there and embrace the suck sometimes. And what I think I'm gonna try to do, I'm gonna try to, maybe we'll go back on an adventure, and even if I have to take a dang shoelace, I kinda wanna roll up some tall grass. If we could find any like dead, like kinda like hay or whatever, we could throw that on here as well. Yeah, but with the heat and some a little more down here, I think we're gonna be just fine. The hard part is gonna be trying to keep this still at one piece, especially getting through these trees. It's gonna be tough. Oh, oh, come on. Hit me in the face. Oh, it's stuck in a vine. Yeah. Oh, come on. It's breaking. Oh, come on, Kevin Bacon. Don't be breaking. It'll be a bit of a doozy anyway. Okay. I think that should be plenty. Now we'll just kind of patch in some of the holes. We'll put some extra sticks under here to hold stuff up, just in case. Never know. But like I said, this is just like a last ditch effort to get some shelter. And once we do, it would be nice. We'll be able just to climb in here. We'll have a fire out here. And I don't know. I think we're gonna be okay. Just to deter the water. Starting to get a little windy. I think it might freaking start sprinkling. Can't really tell how bad did it get me. Oh, not terribly bad. Snagging these trees tore a hole in my freaking hoodie. I mean, this is just like a beaver. Keep piling them on, blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna try to throw a couple more pieces on this side, and we should be all right. And then I'm gonna try to get a fire going. It's starting to get a little chilly. Well, definitely getting dark and definitely starting to sprinkle. I'll throw this camera gear under here. I do have a waterproof bag just in case. Put one more piece here. And there's tiny little spots, but the majority of it's going to come stay off of us. We don't have a fire going yet. Whew. Not gonna lie, I've been freaking kind of working my butt off here. So I do not want to be soaking wet. So, less yammer, more scrammer. Here comes the winds. I thought I was gonna have time to run and grab some grass and stuff, but it's getting too dark. and I don't want to be running around with just a hand lamp and poke my dang eye out or something. The bush is just too thick. I think what I'm going to do now is just crack-a-lack on a fire. It is not fancy. It is nothing too fancy at all. But we got some wind stops on this side. Let's see if we can turn this light on. I mean, water should run off the top. It is sprinkling a little bit. I mean, you can hear the owl. Nothing too fancy, but we should be able to fit in here just nice. Whew. I don't know if it's picking up a camera, but it's actually starting to flurry a little bit. Whew. I'm gonna clear these two little trees out. Fire's gonna go right here, and we're gonna be all right. I tell you what, the saw, for some reason with dead dry wood, it doesn't really like it too much. Yes, these are two little live saplings, but we need to get them out of the way if we don't want to freeze tonight. And also eat, because what I brought for food needs to be cooked. Oh, come on, chicken. Hope that's picking up. Can't really tell on here. Plus I'm blinding myself with this light. Flurries, flurries, flurries. Alright. Jacket's getting a little wet. Time to take the stuff out of the pockets and get this freaking fire hopefully started. Hopefully we can do it with that the Leatherman. If not, we're going straight to the keychain. Grass we grabbed earlier. Nice and dry. Plenty of sticks around, so we should be all right. This will be a good little bit tender too. I do want to rough this up the best I can. All right, well, let's give this thing a freaking what for. Will she survive? Come on. Come on. Come on. Almost threw the dang thing in there. Oh, come on. Should have had a little more sticks ready. That's cutting it close. Come on now. Come on. Stay going. Don't smother it. Whew. That was stupid of me, but lucky. I guess I didn't have enough quite right there ready to keep her going that great. But we did it. That's a plus. Woohoo! Oh, that feels nice. That feels ever so nice. It's amazing what a freaking fire can do. I mean, if worse comes to worse, if the snow did stop, I could say, screw the shelter, throw something next to it if it was hot. Like something to keep me off the ground. I mean, temperature hot, I mean. And just lay next to the fire all night. But we should be all right. I know I keep saying that, but you never know. It's not always unicorns and rainbows. It ain't always gonna be perfect. It ain't always gonna be pretty. And you're gonna hear a little city when it comes to McGee being witty. Yeah. Hey, we did it. We got a shelter built. We got a fire going. Hey, we're out here living. We did bring food and water, so that is a plus. I'm gonna keep cracking away. There's stuff everywhere to burn, but some of it ain't even that accessible without almost poking your freaking eye out. I mean, these trees have got these really pokey tips on them, so as soon as you put your hand on it to move it, the tip sticks in your hand. So it's almost getting poked, but like being poked by a needle every time. It sucks. But anyway, I'm gonna keep this thing going, keep the blood flowing, and the boat a-rowing. The only thing that sucks is most of the logs and everything around here are dead and easily burn fast. So we don't have a saw to cut some of the thicker, harder wood. I mean, we have the tiny saw, but like I said, it works better on the live stuff, it seems like. So it is going to be a long night of grabbing sticks and constantly feeding this thing. I'll see if I can find some longer ones, but it's not looking promising without them breaking. Oh, I guess we haven't even really crawled in here just yet. It is a nice tight fit. Oh, getting stabbed in the ribs. Definitely gonna be a goofy kind of night, but still. Got a log at our back, nothing can come behind us. Got crap in my eyeball. It's going great. It's starting to flurry now, a little bit thicker. I mean, I can feel the heat from here. It's a good enough spot away. As long as I'm careful climbing in and out of here, I shouldn't knock this shelter over. This is just kind of in a pinch. Nothing's leaking in here. We're doing all right. We're doing all right. It's big enough. Yeah, I think I could actually sprawl out if I need to, but yeah, I mean, hey, we put this together pretty fast, and I think we did all right. Just a little emergency shelter to get you out of the elements, and we got a fire going, like I said earlier. So that's a plus. I think it's about 36 degrees right now, and it's supposed to get a little colder. These flakes look pretty cool. Yeehaw! It's out here winging it. Cool beans. I'll show you guys in here a little bit later, but I still need to keep running around grabbing firewood because I'm gonna have to stock that all night. I know I am. But one wrong move in here, actually, if I think about it, if I kick the stick over, oh, I sure got the spiders alive. Yeah, just made a big ol' spider hotel. Ugh. I don't know if I said that or not. If I do kick the stick, we are gonna get mangled with crap, so gotta be careful not to collapse our whole shelter. I guess if we really wanted to, we could have taken these longer ones and ran them long ways. Possibly. Whatever. Never gonna learn if we don't try, never gonna know if we go. Don't go. Oh. Oh. Ugh. 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 Yeah. Plus, the smaller the area, the less area you got to heat. So that's a plus. But we didn't even get to throw our grass and stuff on there. But hey, there's always room for improvement. We survived the night, then tomorrow would be a better night if we had the grass. Oh, look at that. Didn't even notice it. There's the ferro rod to the frickin' Leatherman. If I would have kept stepping on it, it probably would have got buried in the muck. That would have sucked. long term, we would have failed. We would have pulled a you-know-who on that alone. Whoa, it's a big old chunk. Snow's coming down now. It's kind of cool though. Peaceful, even though you can hear the city off in the distance, but not too shabby. Cool beans. However, we're getting pretty big. I don't know if it's going to pick up on this. Magical. And here comes the smoke. Cool beans, man. Something about being in the woods, hanging out with the goods. Got a little pile of wood there. Got a little pile of wood here. Still probably not enough to get us through the night. We'll see. I think sunrise ain't gonna be till like 7:30 or something like that. So we'll see. Let this keep rolling for a bit. See how it plays out. Getting kind of hungry. I haven't been even freaking drinking my water, even though I had the supplies. I haven't been doing it. I kind of got a little headache going, so I need to hydrate. And maybe I do have some trail mix. Have a little snack before we put dinner on. I just brought some hamburger and a bun and some cheese and an onion, and do up a little burger. Anyway, the cool thing about this spot too, with all these trees, nothing can really just run up on us. I mean, unless it's really freaking graceful. We are surrounded. So that's kind of a good thing about this spot as well. You can see that in my finger. That's a freaking one of the tree branches. If you accidentally poke them, if you accidentally bump into them, because it's dark, they freaking stab you. Ouch. Interesting. That hurts a little bit. Just a little splinter. You'll be alright, but as long as we don't take any to the face. You guys see me walking in, still repurposing my freaking little water jug here. World's full of too many people always want new instead of repurposing, reusing, refurbishing. The world we live in today. I don't know if I'm happy with it. Well, I'm not happy with it. But what do you do, Lou? Just kidding, this is vodka. Just kidding. Well, I'm gonna keep stalking this fire. Like Les Stroud says, you know, survival half the time is really boring because there's not too much you can do at certain points of surviving. And yes, this is just a mock kind of thing, even though we didn't bring a shelter or anything like that, no sleeping bag. There's really not too much you can do after a certain point until the next day, and then you keep bettering your situation. Try to anyway. But with that being said, we still ain't dead. We got a little bread. Stop it. You stop it right there. Anyway, I'll bring you guys back. I'm gonna keep stalking the fire, and we'll do up a burger here in a little bit and see where the night takes us. I did bring the other camera for a night lapse and all that good old stuff, just in case the feds need evidence. Something murders us. Whatever. Oh yeah, let me show you. The tips of every one of these freaking trees are like a needle. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, there you go. It's like a needle, every freaking one of them. And almost every tree out here is like that. So every time you go to fetch wood and everything, you're getting stabbed in your arms, your hands. It's not that great. Ouch! Biscuits! I win. Alright, we got a little hamburger because I always like to keep a pocket full of burger. You know, you never know when the survival sandwich is gonna come in handy. Yeah, keep it in your back pocket just in case you fall. It helps save your keister too. Little hamburger survival tip. Anyway, hey yo Russ, we got that Omaha steak seasonings. I haven't even redid my shenanigan seasoning concoction in a while, but we're using this. Anyway, we're just gonna whip this thing up in the bag because I gotta be careful. Some of these logs have a bunch of fungus and stuff like that on it, and a lot of that stuff can be toxic. So you gotta kind of careful with your digits. I'm gonna kind of mangle this thing around in the bag, and we can even form it in the package and get it ready to go. We're gonna leave it out so it's nice and room temp. Just freshly stocked the fire, and yeah, once she dies down, Burger Town. All right, we got old Chester Copper Pot out of retirement. It's been a while since we used this pan. Can't see what I'm doing. This can be a rather big burger. Look at that thing. It's about as big as my fat head. Whatever. Ah. All right. Chunk of cheese, please. All right. Well, forgot to bring a plate, so, and I don't want to eat out of the pan because it's hot. So this is what we got. Some onions on up there. The more the merrier. Get in there. Delicious. We got some ketchup packets. Simple and easy. Should have brought some pickles, but we ran out of nickels. Here we go with some bag burgers. Check her out. Not too crazy, not too lazy. About to dance all over this thing like Patrick Swayze. Knew that was coming, huh? Am I getting predictable now? Woo-wee. Got the fire stocked up. About to get the belly stocked up. It's not called stalking the fire, it's called stoking it. Whatever. Well, anyway, guys, we're out here testing ourselves, just having a good old time. Not taking it super serious, but I mean, this could be a potentially deadly situation if I were to freeze to death out here. Well, you got to know when to quit and all that good stuff. Yeah, just challenge yourself, hone your craft, have a good time, but be smart about it. Anyway, if your bank account's spent and your belly button full of lint, everything's gonna be all right. We're gonna take this thing to Pound Town, bring it back around, have a good old time. Yeah. Okay, now with this bag, recycle, reuse, repurpose. What could we do with this? We could use this to collect rainwater. We could use it as a glove. We could use it as a sock. What else could we do? We could use it to patch a hole. Maybe use it as some sort of band-aid if need be. Tie it around something. What are your guys' thoughts? Leave your guess in the comments. Recycle, reuse, repurpose. What would you do with the sack? It is a bit tricky. Can't see what I'm about to hit here either. Oh. Whew. Here we are. I could feel the heat from the fire. No matter where I put the thermometer within like about an 8-foot radius, it's staying about 45 degrees within the circle around the fire. So we should be all right, at least for a bit. You guys want to come in here, check it out? MTV Cribs Bushcraft Edition. Ugh. Come here, you. Well, come on in. It's not the prettiest little shackaroony. I am feeling a kind of a slight breeze, but nothing too crazy. It's all kind of staying up. Behind us, got some nice little friendly mushrooms. I don't know if they're friendly, but they haven't said hi yet. Anyway, yeah. What do we think? Think it'll do? I think it'll do. Not too shabby. Fire, fully stocked. See that little red light above the fire? I don't know if you guys can see that on there. That's the GoPro up there doing a little night lapse for us. So, yeah, we should be all right. These are my normal double layered insulated pants. So, if anybody's wondering, why is he out there in blue jeans? They're good jeans. Anyway, whatever. Not too shabby. It would have kept everything off us. We would have been just fine if the frickin' snow kept pumping down. But good thing the snow stopped and the cloud coverage is in, so it's holding the warmth from the day in, really, so that's pretty nice. So, but still supposed to get down about 20 something. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I'm gonna sit back, relax. I don't know. I'll be up and down all night, stuck in this fire, so if anything wild happens, I'll bring you back. Good night. I had to get up and restock the fire, put my coat on. Oh, don't rip my pocket off. I guess that's the only thing that sucks about this shelter, is that I'm a fat guy in a little coat. Tell me, boy. Oh, one of the greatest to ever do it. Chris Farley. Got stabbed in the back. Why do I do these things? Anywho, got my gloves, fire stocked up. We should make it about 2 hours before we have to tinker with it again, maybe. Anyway, bring you back once a raccoon's running across my forehead. Again. Not again, it's never happened, but I'm just saying night again, alright? Bye-bye. Can't even reach the dang camera. Oh, come on. Oh, then I almost knocked you backwards into the fire. Oh! Well, the wind has picked up. Oh, I underestimated my fire cache. Firewood cache. Cute. Oh my gosh. Oh, I can't see. I burnt the heck out of my eyeballs. Smoke. Oh. What a real humdinger. Yep, in and out, crawling in and out of that thing. See how many counts it takes getting out of that. Peachy. Oh my god, that light. Those coyotes. And I need to start this fire. Oh. Well, guys, good morning. It is 5:44. Had an alarm set for 5:30 for some reason. I didn't need an alarm set because we have been tossing and turning around like a rotisserie chicken. Because if I lay like this too long, then my backside gets cold. Then I'll have to flip over, warm that up, and then my knees would get cold. It was really only my knees that got cold. We were up every 15 to 20 minutes grabbing firewood. The clouds dispersed and the temperature plummeted. I don't know what it is yet. I haven't checked that gauge, but I'm sure you could tell by the night lapse. Up and down, up and down, up and down. I don't know. But once the clouds did disperse, stars are beautiful. Pros and cons. Good stuff. Hooey. I started burning the top of the stuff we put on top of the shelter, the cottonwood bark, because it was just close. I took everything, like basically in the immediate area. We already burned all that without having to travel far, and I don't know, didn't want to get poked by any more dang sticks. Things we do. Hey, whatever. Our shelter's done good. We had winds all night. We had like 12-mile-an-hour winds, well, 8 to 12-mile-an-hour winds, and our little shelter here has kept the wind off us. It's been pretty dang good. I also scooched the fire up. It's about 3 feet away. There it is. It just wanted to say hi. Yeah. Morning. Anyway, I don't think sunlight's coming for about another maybe 45 minutes or something. So, no crazy breakfast, anything like that. Just a good old-fashioned humdinger of a time. Oh, man. Tell you what. Good stuff. Get out there. Sleeping on bark, starting fires with a spark, baby. Yeehaw! Good stuff.
Peachy. We'll see what happens. We'll let this fire die down a bit and wait for the sun to rise. Hopefully. Whatever. And move the fire a lot closer. Just right here now. Right there. Pretty nice. Alright, well, it's about 6:30 and I'm tired of laying here. Oh, get up. I'll warm up around the fire a little bit. Oh, my back. Oh, man. I think that's an airplane, or maybe it's the wind howling. Oh, man. I'm going to fill this later. That's for dang sure. But hey, we made an emergency shelter. It worked. It kept us out of the freaking wind. I don't know if I said that or not. My mind's all over the place. Oh man. Clear skies. That fire sure feels good on the old rump. Ooh. Tossing and turning. We had enough bark. Kept us off the freaking ground nicely. I mean, surprisingly, that was not too terrible. I didn't feel cold at all from the ground. It was only like my knees. I don't know why my knees would get cold. And then my butt when I flipped, toss and turn. The upper half was pretty good. Good thing we had our little mask. Yeah. Yeah. Sit here and choke smoke until we friggin' figure it out. I don't know if we're just gonna stay in here in the dark until we get ready to get out of here. I do want this fire to die down a little bit. What is this at? We're sitting at about 27 degrees right now. Not too shabby. That does feel lovely. Hoo-wee. Well, I guess if we were, I guess if I were to stay another night, what I would do is get the grass and everything, pack that on there, make myself a little frickin' bird nest. This wouldn't be a long-term shelter. I mean, doing this type would just definitely get you by for a day or two. Like I said, emergency shelter. And then if it was prolonged, you definitely want a shelter you could stand up in of some sort, because you don't want to be even climbing in and out of here. My back is shredded. I can feel it. So that's a plus. Oh. Peachy. Anywho, I think I do have a little fruit bar or something that I brought as a snack. Probably do that up for something just a snack on for breakfast. How about that? Little fig bar thing. I think that's what we'll do. Ugh. Well, you guys seen these on the channel before. Always one of those little fig bars. Man, I put you guys at a different angle. I thought the smoke wasn't gonna go in your face, but it is. Ugh. Get your fresh nougat. Well, probably take this to Pound Town. Probably take all this mess down. Let the fire die down. It'll probably be feet. Nothing too crazy of a morning. Just a good little experiment and test and challenge yourself and see what you can endure. Not a lot of people can just get out and survive with what they got in their pockets, or let alone make a little shelter or something. But you're never going to learn if you don't try. You're never going to know if you don't go. Just get out there, wing it, and keep fighting. Don't ever give up and keep going. Unless there's smoke in your eye, then you better get going. Ooh-wee. I wish I could sleep in, but I don't feel like sleeping now. Staying next to the fire feels great. Ow, I got thorns in my fingers. And where we got stabbed by that frickin' stick, fingers acting a little funny now. Whatever. Anyway, let's take this thing down. I guess an easy way beats into that timber. Whoa. Alright, I don't know if it's going to show up, but let's do a little x-ray on my hand. You see that black spot? I think that splinter's still in there. That's what busted off in there. It's starting to come up now. This GoPro don't do this no justice. But, yipper, sun's finally coming up. Alright, I was gonna say let's do a quick check, make sure we didn't forget anything, and sure enough, a cord. Make sure nothing else fell out of our pockets. Ready to walk it. Yeah! You were a good tree for shenanigans. Thank you much, and thank you critters for not coming out and attacking me. I did have to bust a flashlight out because there is still a lot of sticks. I don't want to poke my eyes out. Everything is covered in frost this morning. Good thing we did have a little roof on our shelter. Well, I guess it's just actually covered in snow, not frost. Whatever. Alright. What's going to be the easiest way out of here? Oh, good stuff. Great place to practice this stuff, though. I can't be doing this. I can't have it looking at me because I can't even see where I'm going. So, yeah, great place to practice. Ow, I still almost poked myself in the eye. Where are we? Where are we at? Down yonder. Well, guys, nothing too crazy, nothing too lazy. Just out here winging it, having a good old time. Good little practice situation. Get out there, practice. You don't need all the fancy gizmos and gadgets. Get out there, reuse, recycle, repurpose, all that good stuff. Use common sense and just see what happens. Have a good old time. Thanks for coming along, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this, whatever that was. It just feels nice to get out and do weird, goofy stuff like that sometimes. Anyway, I'm gonna try to get out of here without losing an eyeball. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Make every day great exploring Earth. Bye-bye, my friends. That was a wrong turn. That's a mess. I don't even think there's a right turn. Oh, good stuff. Yeah, what a morning. Yeah. An old like homemade deer stand in the tree. Branch snapped. Man, I can't fight my way out of a wet paper bag right now. Oh, there's another board. Oh man. Woohoo! We made it. Free at last. Have a great day, guys. Yeah.